All right, what's up, guys? It's Matt, and we are back today. It was Wednesday today. Sorry. Yeah, and it was a really good day. Obviously, not much going on in the charts, but there was a couple good setups, and I will show you right here. Also, just know that what's it called? I created the group here, so the chat. So essentially, what you can do is you go into these buttons here, click view discussion, and you can chat, you can ask questions, do whatever you want. All right. So that's good. This one will still be the channel that I use, but okay, let's go back up to today. Where is it? Where did we start? So this was last night. So I'll go over this trade. You can see it all here. I annotated it, but I'll go over my thought process on it. And then in Asia, I took those longs from the lows. And then basically today, I said I was looking at dollar index coming down, more in closer to that 4-hour POI or in that 4-hour POI. And then EU looks like it's going to go up first before coming down into that 4-hour POI. And then obviously dollar index is at a POI right now. I still think it's going to go up. However, it could react off of this zone. That's what I was saying here, right? Can it move all the way down to mitigate the monthly OB all the way down here? I said 100%. If it's going to go down, it's essentially going to come down right from this level where it is. So this is where we should be looking to be shorting dollar, which means longing any like euro US dollar. And so if there are long options, then we can be looking at taking them. You can see right at the beginning of the day, I said, hey, look at this is going to be the one that I'm looking at here. And then of course we got that. And yeah, this is where I entered literally right at the bottom of that based off of this zone here. And you can see that these were the three trades of the day essentially. Pretty good. Like just ping pong the market today, which was it's good to be back. I feel like I wasn't trading that well. So it's good to be back and getting into a bunch of these trades. So let's just run them over. And that's it. Oh yeah, and then then this one missed my limit by well, like it literally tagged it, but it just didn't hit it, or it didn't tag me in. So it is what it is. And then yeah, that's basically it. So let's start off with that first long from Asian session. So essentially this was it from the 4-hour analysis. Obviously we broke down, right? We mitigated 4-hour structure, right? Broke down. We failed to create a lower low here. Like this is what that wick was, failed to create a lower low, but essentially what it did was it came right back up into this last buy candle before coming down. And then again, same thing, up candle, down. So that mitigated. So this right here would have been a good opportunity. That's something I missed yesterday. And then once it started rejecting off there, no worries, boom, it broke down. I thought that this was going to hold, and you can see that it did. It did a little bit at least. Rejected and then absolutely slipped through. So when we slip through like that, this is typically going to be a really good spot to look for potential reversals or potential trades in. Okay, so we have a bunch of confluence. We have an order block that turned into a breaker block, and now we have a imbalance fill right there on the 4-hour. So let me just mark this off as the 4-hour fill. So that was the upside target essentially. Oh God, my chest is fucking hurting me from today. This COVID shit, guys. So this is where we're at, the 4-hour here. You can see that this 4-hour was one that swept liquidity on multiple 4-hour candles, multiple structure. Here we go, another sweep right there. Boom, and went up. So this is going to be, there's going to be a lot of volume in this candle. But something I noticed is that we have this base here. We have this really swift move up, took out all this liquidity. So buy side liquidity was rinsed. And now this is going to be the sell side liquidity that I believe price is going to be targeting. Okay, so I believe that this is going to be the down move. However, let's go over this move to here, and then hopefully we'll see something like this to get down to here. That's the ideal goal for this week. Let's go Wednesday. I mean 1 hour. You can see I can just move that down here just to the wick. You can see a bunch of imbalance. I know a lot of people are going to be trapped in these longs here. I know that this is the textbook. Oh, it swept liquidity right here. and we have an imbalance. There's a low. Okay, let's take a long right here. But that's also a weekly low. And because we didn't sweep the weekly high, the previous week high, I believe that this is going to be absolutely rinsed in here. Okay, so that's my thinking. But essentially, the trade in Asia was this. We had a nice clean leg. We really extended the daily range, right? We really did. This was the daily range from here to here. We ran a significant move. We had this, again, inefficiency. We take advantage of inefficiencies. It comes right into our 1 hour POI. So essentially I was like, hey, like I might as well just stock and see what's going on here, because I know that at least we can get up to here. And you can see that there's a lot of confluence right here. We have the 1 hour fill or 1 hour hidden base right here as well. Right. So there's a lot of confluence right there. So that's something I'd be interested in to go long until, and that's exactly what I did. I actually got out at the big figure at 500 because I always front run it just in case it doesn't make it. Let's go 15-minute here. So the first one I took was here, and we can do the same thing here, right? Just this was unmitigated this wick. This is the one that swept. There you go. Good enough. We don't need to refine it any more than that. But essentially, it got to this level, right? It got to this level, and then on the smaller time frame, let me go down to the 5-minute here. See, on my broker, it actually left. This actually left equal lows. It actually left equal lows here instead of a sweep. But regardless, doesn't matter, because essentially it's the thought, the idea of what's going on here. And essentially what I was thinking was that price came down here, it tagged the zone. But usually what I notice is that when it hits a higher time frame zone, you'll have an initial run out. And this is kind of like that fake run, right? It's inducing buyers to get in, and it's also providing the liquidity to go down, to grab down here before the up move. And so basically we got this first kind of run out of it, and I was just suspect the way it was going up. We had 1, 2, 3. I saw that as a potential, and then I was looking at it over here, and I saw, okay, we have this really, where was it? It was the 5-minute. Yeah. So we had this 5-minute hidden base that got mitigated. Then we broke structure, and really on the 1 minute, where was it? Yeah, on the 1 minute, I saw all this was pretty balanced. Like we have this nice order block going up into it. You can see again, it just mitigates that wick there. So like the most extreme portion of it. And then you can see we mitigate this order block here. Then we mitigate this order block here. And then this order block is the one that breaks structure. And at the same time, this is also a strong high in the sense that we have a consolidation, a break up to sweep, and then we break back down, and then we come back into it, right? And so this to me is an inducement. All this is just the support and resistance liquidity. So I want to be looking at entering above this level into this leg. I know that it's going to fall somewhere within this leg. Where at? I refined it to here because this was the last point that was untouched, unmitigated. And it's the highest point of this, right? This is the last series of up candles, so order block on a higher time frame that resulted in a clean break of structure right here. Okay, so because of that, we came up and mitigated it. I know that there would probably be a significant amount of people taking this long, or sorry, taking this short right from here, and then it comes back up and takes them out. So I said, we can look at the 50%, which was essentially right at this last up candle. But I did notice that there was some unmitigated level right there. And so essentially what happened was when price came up, it came up like this, it tagged it, and it broke down. At this point, I was like, you know what? This looks pretty good to me, to be honest, because what I'm thinking is that this was a potential, just a little quick 1 minute break in structure. Not the best though, because again, like what you want to see is you want to see break, like you want to see like this, right? So example like this, you see this nice consolidation. It's multiple candles sideways up and then immediate down. That's good to me. This one was a little bit sketchy, but the only thing that I did like is that it also broke this one. So we had multiple layers of breaking, and I knew that on the 5 minute it was going up a little bit. But I said, I'm going to just put my stop above here, and it should be good. So I entered right from this level, because I thought maybe it could go here, but I just put my stop above here. And you can see what ended up happening was we went back up. Now we confirmed it with that 3. You can see this consolidation, boom, breakout. This would have been the 15-minute break right here. This retrace right back into imbalance. That would have been the A+ setup to take. That would have been the A+ one for me, like to wait if you wanted to wait for confirmation, right? Like that, right? You could have done like that, or put your stop above. Again, I would have just put it up here. It's 3 pips, and then targeting where? This low. Okay. That's what I would have done, just like that. And so I actually entered right off of here, just like that, and targeted right there. Boom. So that was it for the short. I hope that one makes sense, but this is going to be the entire range right here, right? Look at this. If I just draw it like this, 1, 2, right, like that. Basically all components of the trade set up there. We got that sweep on liquidity, break of structure, inducement, sweep. I love it how we get this like kind of W. I showed you guys this before, these the double taps and then go up. Then that's what I'm looking for the continuation, because it shows more of a corrective structure to me. And then in here we have 1, 2, 3 pulses, which I could have been maybe a little bit better on recognizing that in real time. And that would have been really good to take there on that third run up. Let's see. I can't remember if there was any divergence. Usually I take trades with divergence, but I don't think that there was. Oh, there was right here, actually, like just right at the very end to confirm it, which that would have confirmed. Yeah, that would have confirmed taking this trade. Definitely taking that one right there. So that's all good. No worries. You can see we had divergence with RSI. We had 1, 2, 3 humps of it. Boom, 3 humps. Now it goes down. So again, definitely a bunch of validity in that trade right there. The only thing about it, it was so late in the session. That's why I only took it on my personal account, because I was like, fuck, I don't want to be taking this on a funded account at 2 p.m. right, just to catch it for bond closing. Anyways, so let's go to the 10-minute, I believe it was. So from there, I got I turned off my charts, and then I got I set an alert. I can't remember where I set an alert, but anyways, this is what ended up happening. Let me just clean all this up now. You can see we got a sweep here, and we got a 10-minute break of structure right here. Okay, so that was what I was initially looking at. And then ultimately we had 1, 2, 3 touches. So it was really at this point. It was at this point where I saw price. I actually don't think it was an alert. I think I just saw it, and I was like, ooh, it's looking so good right now. I saw that there was this. Again, same thing, we can refine it here, but we have consolidation, breakdown. This was our inducement first initially, so you could have taken that, but it didn't really get to our POI. So no worries. It goes up, creates this kind of corrective structure. So what I'm thinking is that this is going to be used as the inducement coming down to this POI, and then we're going up. But I didn't want to take that whole thing like this. Again, it's only 5 pips. You could have easily done that. And honestly, I was going to do that, but I ended up just waiting for just like a quick confirmation, just to prove that this level was going to hold. So I'll show you what I did. Where was it? 5-minute. Yeah, right here. So as soon as we broke down and we swept these 2 lows on liquidity, and we started making like that. This is actually, I put my alert at this low. That's what it was. And then in Asia at 8:30 p.m. I just went on to the 1 minute essentially. And then I just was like, okay, well, we swept and we mitigated like this, boom, boom. And then we created a nice consolidation, sweep, break a structure. It was this level that broke. But for me, I don't put my stop under these. I just put them under here. So my stop was 2 pips like that. And then I got tagged in. There you go. See how it tags it multiple times. So just be cautious of that when you're actually trading for yourself. But again, one of the things that you can do too, or because it was Asia, I wasn't too sure. See how we were just breaking down. Well, what's this right here? Consolidation, sweep, inducement down. And now we create this kind of like W kind of formation. And now we're coming up to inducement, imbalance. So this is a sell POI. Obviously, we have liquidity right here resting, but as a safe as a method of safety, what I'll do is I'll manage my trade right here. As soon as price gets above that inducement, because if it wants to go down, it's probably going to go down from there. And so I just manage my trade. I literally put my stop underneath this level to just cut off some risk. And that was it. Once I got an alert from here, I actually woke up. I was fell asleep pretty early, and then got this alert, and then that was it. So boom, I got that alert, and then I moved my stop just under the low right here. Okay, and you can see it comes right back down. Where does it come down to? Again, consolidation, sweep, inducement, building liquidity, boom, gets down to the last level here, and then goes. So just classic stuff. And again, where am I targeting? The 500 big figure. Okay, I knew that this leg was gonna get filled, or I knew like had a high probability. Right at there, we had a good 13,490, like literally right at the 500 big figure. So I just put it there. But then I actually woke up and it was rejecting the like 498, yeah, it was boom. Oh no, it was right there. It was right there. I got hit. Yeah, see 498, it dabbled into, and I was like, oh shit. Like I was like, oh damn, it's gonna front run me. But then I was like, no, I'm still convinced that we're good here, because basically the next trade that I took, again, I hope this one makes sense. This one was super easy because we had it was an A+ setup, and at the same time we had 1, 2, 3 trend line touches, and then it was starting to develop in a long setup over here, and I was like, oh yeah, this isn't going to go. And then also at the same time we had divergence here on dollar index. So we had divergence on dollar index as well as divergence on RSI right there. So really interesting stuff. And that was just an easy trade, A+ trade for me personally. It was in Asia, so it's not my favorite. I don't like taking trades in Asia, but I mean, sometimes they work out and they just have to set up. Anyways, that being said, what ended up happening? Let's go to the 1 hour, is it? I'll just take away all this shit. Sec, guys, just going to delete some of this stuff. Basically, what I was looking at was that this is pretty, like, this is going to be our order block right here, right? The last down candle, the last 2 down candles right there. And so you can see we break above it, come back into it, break above it, taps into it beautifully just to the pip. And so then this was really the next level that I was looking at as a key zone, right? And you can see here what we have is a sweep of this low and then a break of this high. I recognize that these 2 down candles are an order block, and then this went up. So essentially what I was looking at was that this swept this low, and then we broke structure. We had this accumulation before that happened. So I was looking at taking anything within this order block, but again, we can refine it down to here because this is going to be the 1 hour one, right at 13341. So let's just go on to the 10-minute. Is there anything there? Well, there's obviously these order blocks right here, right? Or this order block right here, this 1 down candle. So that, again, that's what I kind of refined it to. But yeah, that's what I was kind of refining it to down here. I actually put my stop underneath this low, though, to be totally honest with you guys. So just because I don't know, because this is the strong low. This is the strong low, and I don't like to put them under the order blocks that aren't the strong low, you know. So this one is the strong low because essentially we had this consolidation, we broke up, we swept liquidity, and then we broke up above it. Because if we were looking for moves down, it should have been coming from right here, right? If this broke structure, consolidation, and then it should have continued down. The fact that it broke through means to me that this is going to be that low that's going to hold. And then we had a high, a low, a high, again, inducing buyers into the market here. And so what I wanted to see was something into the deeper discount of this range, and then targeting the 500 figure again, right? Targeting the 500 and the 550. The 550 is really where I wanted to see price get up to. So let's go back on the 1 minute, and you can see, so right at that level, you can see that, look at what happens, right? So we have the 1 hour OB, this whole thing right here, right? I'll just mark it like this. This is the strong low, right? And you can see, is there any interesting price in here? Well, there's two places. And this is what I was saying, was that sure, we had this right here, but we also had this imbalance fill right there that didn't get tagged. It just didn't get tagged. And so I was like, you know what, I'm just going to put my stop. Maybe I could have put it underneath this low, but I just said I'm going to put it up under here just in case anyways. And so, yeah, all I did was I set my limit right here, put my stop under here. Again, it was 4 pips. I said, I think at bare minimum, we're going to come up to 500, which what's that? Again, it's a quick 3R, 3.5R, almost 4R. That's not bad. If we get up to the 35.50, it is almost a 5R. Again, I'm completely fine with that, right? Like I don't need to go for 20 Rs and doing all that shit. Like again, if the opportunity presents itself, okay, sure, I'll take them, but I'm not going to be trying to force it on the market every day. So anyways, that's exactly what happened. We came back down, it tagged me in beautifully and just rejected. And these are the trades obviously that you love, that you just get tagged in and it goes, right? But as soon as we get up to the 500 level, like I said, this is going to be, right? If this is our strong low, where's our weak high? Well, this is going to be our weak high, right? And again, if you want to check out more content about like strong lows and weak highs, well, first of all, I learned it from ICT. Like ICT does something similar, but he doesn't call it strong lows and strong highs like that, or weak highs. I learned it from AKFX on YouTube. So go check out his videos. I think he's a really great teacher and also just a solid dude. And he termed the strong high, weak low, strong high, all that. Again, you should definitely check it out because I just incorporated my trading now, like all the time. And I have for a while with ICT, but I never called it that. And I never thought about it in such a simplistic manner, which actually helps when it comes to actually trading, as opposed to ICT's very complex way of putting things together. So thank you, AKFX, for that, man. I really appreciate it. And I hope you guys will definitely check him out as well, because he's a sick trader. Anyways, let's go back into it here, where I think that, again, that high was going to get rinsed. So there we go, 500 figure tapped. 550 was my final target. This is where my final TP was. And I was anticipating price to come back up into this imbalance here. You can see that beautiful imbalance. We have the 4-hour fill there. It's lining up beautifully with this order block up here. So yeah, that's why I said 3,600 to 3,650. That's definitely where I'm going to be looking, because there's a ton of confluence right there. And look at this. If I just get my tool out, right? So if I go from the lowest body to the highest body there, and I'll just go to my regular so you can see the different targets. Look what we have here, right? We have some confluence between the -5, the -1. If I just go up to this one, the last order block, really, you can see -5 again, -1 getting closer to that target. So you can see that these are some good levels that we can be looking at, right? And so 550, or there's 560, 13560 right there. And so 13550 is where that higher time frame 4-hour order block is. And then plus there's this level of traffic right there. So I was like, we're probably going to get a reaction off there. And so that was my second target right here. Okay. Now, next trade that I missed was this one here. Well, first of all, on the lower time frame, if you wanted to scalp, right? So these are more like day trades that I was doing. But if you guys wanted to, or you're more interested in just like liquidity, like scalping, liquidity trading, I don't know what the hell is going on here. There you go. Yeah, like liquidity scalping. This was a beautiful example where we take significant liquidity, right? A significant high, structural high. We have a sweep on liquidity, break a structure, inducement, back up. Okay. Last up candle before the down move. Boom. So like this literally could have been your trade right here, where you enter right here, right on that up candle, stop just above there. Well, where are you going to be targeting? Well, first target I would be looking at is this. Look at consolidation, sweep, break up, inducement, down. So I would be looking at taking some profit out right there, right? To me, again, you look at this, you look at it like this, where you have a sweep on structure, sorry, a sweep on liquidity, break on structure, and you can see which one broke structure. Again, I'm always looking at that one. It might not work all the time. It might be used as liquidity, but I always look at it just in case. And I noticed that in close proximity, we had these right here. Okay. But at the same time, I was looking at this order block like that. And so I just sorry, this breaker block, right? These series of up candles, and it came down, and it should have held if it was going to continue down there. It didn't, it broke through. So what I did was I just grabbed the bodies here like that, and I just put this on, because usually, like, sometimes it'll come down to that 50, mitigate the 50, and then go up 50%. And so that's what happened. I would be looking for, if I was going to be shorting that, little 2-pip stop right here, quick 5R, quick little scalp, could have definitely taken that one down, right? This is a beautiful setup right here. I just didn't, again, I'm trying to focus less on 1 minute intraday plays and just following the daily cycle, and like where I'm anticipating price to go on the daily based on its development. And that way I'm getting, like 30 pip moves instead of just, 10 or something like that. It just gives me more room to play with, and more, less failures is what I've been realizing. Like in my trading, going over all my history, is like, if I just stick to like the major plays on the day, then I'm good. It's when I start trying to scalp up a storm, and that's when I really get into trouble, and I start losing multiple in a row and stuff like that. So you can see, I was just going to say again that there was that, what's it called? That this one looked good, right? If it was going to continue down, but you have to understand, if that's going to continue down, we're just following a bearish order flow. And again, on 1 minute, it typically plays on liquidity. So this would be your buy side liquidity pool, just above there. You still have this imbalance up here that could still get filled, right? And you can see it dabbles into that imbalance. Very clean leg, one candle. What does that mean? Imbalance. It went inefficiently into an area of liquidity. So it's probably going to get consumed almost immediately. Right? Boom. That's exactly what happens. Start taking out again. Where does price react? Well, we have an order block here, but more importantly, we have this low right there, right? That's going to be where liquidity is. Okay. So, well, where's it going to come down to, or where's it going to come up to? Well, if I had to guess right now, I would probably say up higher, up into here, or right up into here. Just because we swept liquidity. This one didn't sweep anything. It swept interim liquidity, but really this was the main liquidity pool within that leg. Obviously just a 1 minute, but let's see. So we tag right back into that, and you can see, boom. So we tag it and then go down. Beautiful. And now we hit this level, and you can see we get a nice reaction, and it wicked through, I believe. It wicks through, and then that was the reaction there. My entry on this was actually at 370. So it actually did get hit. It actually did get hit, but what happened was, with spreads, I didn't get tagged in. And yeah, again, I was just going to go for this level right here. Again, this is going to be the week high that you're going to be targeting, minimum on a day trade. And you can see it actually came back beautifully, where it came right back down to this level. But I just wasn't confident in it anymore, because we still had all this space down here that we could have came back down and mitigated like this. Could have came back down here and then continued up like that. And so I just wasn't too confident on it. So anyways, I probably would have taken profits as soon as we broke that high. And you can see we break that high, immediately come back down. Again, another thing, it's the exact same move, right? We take out this liquidity high here, consolidation, sweep up, break back down. Now this is starting to be an inducement. And then we have this imbalance here with that high. So this is going to be your week low. We have this liquidity, this whole liquidity pool right here, right? Again, this was a failure to break higher on, like I say, a 5 minute, right? And so because of that, this is the lower low. So, and we know that there's still some potential to get back down to here. Well, and you can see that's exactly what happened. And it actually would have tagged me in, and it would have hit my target if I just left it. So yeah, I just took it off because of the time of the day. It was 10:40, and I was like, I don't know. I still think it's going to go up there, but I just don't want to be taking that. And so I didn't. So it is what it is. But that was basically all the trades for today. It was definitely all the trades for today. So I hope that was super helpful. As of right now, what I'm looking at, I'll show you guys. Again, let's go in the higher time frame here. Take this off. I personally believe that this is going to be used as liquidity, right? This was just to, again, bring price back up, fill up this clean leg. Do we still have higher to push up into this clean leg, perhaps, before coming down? There's always that potential that's going to be happening. So we'll keep an eye on that for tomorrow. But ultimately, I think that then tomorrow will be the low of the week probably, because essentially this week, what did we have this week? Is that just like as we anticipated in the top-down analysis video, where I said, oh, if price goes up to here first, right, goes up to here first, then it's probably going to be a down week. And so that's exactly what happened. We have a consolidation, we have our sweep, we have our break, we have a retest, and we had our big break. And now we have this Wednesday reverse on structure, Wednesday reversal. But this reversal was just used to bring back price right up to a significant point of interest, which it did. And now I'm looking at price to get back down into the 1 to 800s, I would say. Yeah, something like that. We'll see what tomorrow brings, but definitely the way that it's looking right now. And because we have this trend, we have Asia lows here, previous day lows here. Like, because we have that, I'm convinced that this is coming down. It looks like, honestly, it's going to just come down right from here, to be honest. Just seeing this trend, I just have no faith that this is going to go up one more time. Honestly, as much as I want to see that happen, it just looks so heavy. It looks like it's going to come down. We look at our divergence. We're clearly diverging. Let's see if we're diverging with what's it called? Dollar index as well. Yeah, well, we had a little bit of divergence here, but then we have divergence right here. Right. So yeah, this is diverging here like this. And then which one is it? This one and this one. So would not be surprised if this is the high and now we start coming down, which would be so unfortunate if that's the case, because I really do want to get it. And let's just see if there were any opportunities. So yeah, again, takes out liquidity right here. We have internal structure shift. We have inducement, all these inducements, all up to this last wick. So let me just mark the wick here with, let's see, like that. Okay, let's go on the 1 minute. See if there's anything interesting right here. Again, anyone that wants to go short definitely is going to be shorting from here, right? Any smart money, right? Because of course, this is why I always put my stop above the strong high here, right? If this is the consolidation, sweep up, break down, well, then where's my strong high? Well, it's going to be this one here, not this one. So I shouldn't really be taking it from this one. There's some times where I do that, but it's very specific as to why I do that. It has to be that this is, yeah, it just has to be specific, or it's because I'm a greedy piece of shit and I just want my stop loss to be smaller. So that's exactly why. But again, yeah, you can see here that we get this sweep on this, and you can see a break right here, and then that's when we go down. And now we have consolidation, sweep up, and now break a structure. So again, who knows what the future holds for certain, but this is looking bearish as hell to me, honestly. So I'm just hoping that it doesn't leave without me, because if it does, I'm going to be super butthurt about it, because I played this down move, I played this up move, I played this up move, I almost played this up move, and so, oh no, sorry, I played this up move, I almost played this up move, and so I really want to get the big one. I don't want to just trade the correction. I want to get the big one, the big kahuna. So we'll see what happens, guys. But that's going to be my target for Thursday, and potentially into Friday. However, we should make a low on Thursday, low of the week. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say, guys. Definitely, if you guys are new here, check out the liquidity trading Telegram. I am just doing my thing, just posting all the time, and essentially giving my thoughts prior. And I'm not giving any signals or anything like that. Like, first of all, I just don't want the pressure to worry about other people's like accounts and stuff like that. But what I am doing is I'm giving key zones like every day, like even before these trades. Again, I told you, I was like, look, this is exactly where I'm looking to take trades from. And that's exactly where it ended up going up from. So it's just about you having your own system, your own entry system. I'm not just entering with limits from these levels. So you have to have your own system and stuff like that. But anyways, definitely, I think it's super valuable, and it's definitely helping a lot of people. I've been receiving literally, I can't even count how many messages every day. It's been awesome to see. So super happy for that. And I'll continue posting, guys. So thank you again so much for everything. And yeah, we'll chat soon, guys. Again, jump in that chat, leave me your thoughts and everything. And yeah, we'll talk soon. All right, guys. Cheers.